Hello, welcome to a new episode. Let's begin this episode with a bit of an endorphin here, and I just want to thank John and Roth for your continued amazing support. You are absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for your contributions, and he's donated some coins to me, essentially some gems for the channel. So let's see what we get. I bought, as you can see, quite a few gems here. Thank you again, John and Roth. Let's open some packs and let's see what we get, because he would like to see the new Ashiok build. So let's hope we can pull it. So I know some of you out there watch pack openings, so here we go. Let's see what we get in this 10 packs here. 10 packs. How should we open them? Let's just... Oh, we even got the cool super pack as well when you buy ever so many packs. And let's see what we get. Let's open this first. We only need 3 packs for a mythic anyway, so we should be getting the Ashiok regardless. But let's slow roll. Ariet. Terizian Mindbreaker. Attacks mill half. That's kind of powerful, kind of cool. Sentinel's Law, Arcane Proxy. This is an awesome card. Shame that we've already got one. And Legacy Reforged. Now that is an interesting one that I don't think I have unlocked yet. So you might be seeing this commander in the future. So that's just the regular super pack that you get. Let's see what we get in the other 10 boosters. Do you think we're going to naturally pull an Ashiok? Let's find out. How generous. Well, we've already got one, as we said, with a wild card anyway. Oh my god! 4 mythics. That is pretty crazy. Let's go one by one. Realm Scorcher, Hellkite. Great. Okay, Grave Pact. Thank you, John and Roth. This is one of the staples I've been dying to add to my decks and just didn't have the mythic for it. Bitter Blossom. Oh my god, this is such a good... Okay, these are some really good boosters. Balloona Grand Score. You know what? Also fantastic, because this would also make an awesome video. So, we didn't pull Ashiok in the mythics, but we got a Yenna in the Legends slot as well. Polluted Bonds, Curiosity, Impact Tremors, and Greta. Yeah, so not fantastic rares, but my god, these mythics are absolutely... These are definitely going to go in the Ashiok deck itself. And yeah, so once again, thank you, General. That was actually pretty fun. I really did enjoy that. So now we've got the mythic. We'll save the rest of these coins until we desperately need some more cards. So let's get into the video. This is a very scary deck to face with Winota Joiner of Forces. So we want some removal, which we don't have any. We do have Signing Blood and Painful Bond. So do we just keep this hand? Oh, Pendragon Besieged. That's something I wanted to try. It's actually a pretty cool alchemy card with really quite insanely good artwork. Beginning of your step, choose a creature with the least toughness and 1 creature's your opponents control. It gets -1/-1 perpetually, and then when your opponents control no creatures, sacrifice Pendragon Besieged. Now the thing is, their deck's going to have a lot of creatures, right? So this is going to be wild. Only downside is, if they only have 1 creature, this is actually a really bad card. So we want to do this when they have 2 or more. Ragavan. Okay, so unless you wanted to just kill Ragavan there, maybe that would have been... I don't know, maybe that would have been worth it. We'll see. Are we going to live to regret this? Grave Pact is going to be sick if we actually had any creatures out as well. Weird that they didn't play anything else there. Just realised how good Grave Pact is with the Nykthos as well. A lot of the enchantments in the latest set are going to be good with Nykthos, because they just have pips. Anything with pips is going to be great. Even Mind Sensor. So we're going to get a trigger with the Mind Sensor here. Puts a human into play. Do they get anything good? They get a Faramir. That is pretty good. Oh, it's the... I'm thinking of something else. This Faramir... it's okay. Whenever non-human attacks, and that's a human, not really that bothered about. Let's go feed the swarm, kill the Winota, and we're going to test out how good the Pendragon Besieged is here as well. We're going to be able to kill the Aven Mind Sensor. And if they play any more creatures, they're just going to slowly die. This is freaking awesome. So anything they play with like 1 toughness just gets shredded by this. So that includes the Elite Spellbinder and the Embereth Shieldbreaker here. They're probably going to take away the Arena. I wonder. They take away the Grave Pact, but we don't have any creatures out. Interesting choice there. Yeah, definitely think we're going to go for the Ashiok and make some nightmares here. See if we can try and stabilise. It's a bit risky. Oh, it's a delayed trigger. So it sees that the Elsewith's Nightmare exiled on phase 3. That's so cool. Fairground Wardens does get rid of one. And yeah, it's forced to block there, sadly. But oh well. We just make 2 more blockers. Seems pretty good, right? If we had Grave Pact out, it would have been amazing. So we get to choose. If we choose that, then that means that's just not going to be able to deal any damage from now on, which is pretty good. They're going to destroy the Signet, which is, yeah, fair enough. And they're not going to play it, interestingly enough. I do hope we have a way to find some lifelink here soon, because we're getting very scarily low. And an Odric. Ugh. That's going to be annoying. Blood Artist is good. We basically got 2 Blood Artists there. I like it. And a Grizzlebrand. Open your mind to me. I want to keep the land here. Wow. I feel like we got really lucky here. I'm actually tempted to discard the Elder Spell as well. I just do not feel like that's going to be very useful in this game. Still got 2 mana open. Yeah, okay. Then we'll give something else minus. Oh no, it just keeps going on the smallest one, doesn't it? Okay. What are we scared of? So he gets all the abilities. It's just a 3. So it's those 2 going into Ashiok. Do I really care? No. And the reason is, I'd rather lose my creatures when I have a Grave Pact out, because then they'll have to sack as well.
I will find someone more deserving of my art.
Number of Shieldbreaker. Okay. Bitter Blossom. More ways to lose life. Meat Hook Massacre as well. That could be actually pretty important. If we did this, we would drain them for so much. So Nykthos taps for 7 right now. So if we did this, we still have 4 mana open. Oh no, wait, that's the wrong sequencing, isn't it? I think we go for... Oh no, we don't have enough. How much do we have after this? Okay. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. That just pays for 3 back though, doesn't it? That doesn't actually... We've got 4 swamps. So yeah, that's not worth doing. 4. I think we just... Yeah. We definitely want to go for the Grave Pact. It's not looking good for them, is it really? If we do go for the Meat Hook Massacre, everything that dies, they'll lose an additional life as well. You know what? Let's just do this for 0. This is really risky, but now we have board wipe insurance, right? So whenever anything on our side dies, they will be losing 1, 2, 3. And we drain as well, so this is incredible. And if we lose anything else, then they also sack a creature. We have some of the best combination of enchantments that I've ever seen here. Beginning of your upkeep, put a counter on each other creature you control. Okay. Let's show them how much damage we can deal with 1 block. That's so powerful. And they lose this creature, and then it just goes off again. Oh my goodness, the chain there was just ridiculous. I feel like this is a bit too slow, just having 5 swamps, so let's mulligan this one. This is a lot more interesting. Only 1 actual swamp, though. So let's hope we draw another swamp, otherwise we're not going to play much here. Because sadly, it's all double black. Weird. There we go. Okay, fine. The hand is on lockdown. So basically, whatever we're going to play is probably going to die. So let's send Nashi to their death, sadly. Okay, that is a shame, because Vanishing Verse would have got literally anything there. So, what else do we want to send to their death? Shieldred has no targets. Let's go for Braids. And then if they do have another kill spell, then I guess Shieldred might be okay. Wow, another exile effect. Ooh, gives us a duress, interestingly enough. That might be useful to play before our next spell. Oh my goodness. Very. That's pretty annoying.
You know what?
So I really want to draw into a land here, because otherwise we're going to play Shieldred without a duress backup. Okay. Let's see what happens here then. Memory lapse. So there's the trap. So now we can actually deal with the Teferi. So that was very lucky. If we couldn't have dealt with a Teferi, it would have been nigh impossible, I think, to get back there. Another removal spell. Oh my goodness, I thought we had some removal spells going on here. Let's try duress again, and combined with go blank, I think we just absolutely have them here. Can't spell. Yep, let's just shred their entire hand and graveyard. Make them regret playing us here. Absolutely brutal. And if they do go for Quasar on the next turn, we're just going to go for the Professor Onyx and make them sack it. Which is lovely. Brutal.
The essence of lapis is my favorite part.
And then we're going to have the Ashiok in the next turn start to do some naughty things as well. Wow, look at how many good cards we just got rid of here. Incredible. Right, let's see if we can get some more removal, because Campbell is going to slow us down a bit. Ether Flux.
Come on, there's gotta
So
be
let's see if we can
something.
get rid of the Campbell here for odds. Because that is going to kill us, considering we're a pretty control-y deck. With a lot of ways, a lot of non-creature spells, Campbell would have just annihilated us. Oh yes, that feels so good to destroy an Esper deck with so much removal. Lovely. So against the Marinora deck, we have a Bitter Blossom and a Flexion Obliterator, so I think we're going to have to keep this. This basically makes amazing blockers every single turn. And the Obliterator is just an insane blocker. You know, they're going to have to get rid of this if they want to get through with any rats. And the rat colonies only boost power, which means our Bitter Blossom should be pretty effective for the rest of the game. Until they start giving toughness boosts. We will be hemorrhaging quite a bit of life, though, because the arena is going to drain us for one as well. I love how long it took there to decide which land to play when they're probably all swamps, let's face it. Shieldred, Arena. So following turn, we'll have enough mana for the Obliterator and another berry as well. The issue is, can we survive this onslaught? If we were to draw Nykthos, it would be pretty good as well, because we'd be tapping for quite a bit soon as well after the Obliterator. Interesting, going for the Talisman there. And then another rat. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take 4 if they attack. Told you these were good blockers. 1 Bitter Blossom is enough to stave off an entire rat deck. I mean, Fear doesn't even work on us because we've got black creatures. The more Bitter Blossoms we make, the better as well. Wow. Amazing. And we even have the land for the Shieldred next turn. And yeah, we'll just keep up the defenses. So remember, Vexant Obliterator says, whenever a source deals damage to it, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. If they attack with a 4-1 or a 5-1 and we block with this, they sack 5 things. They can just sack a rat to make that many rats worth of power, but yeah. Meat Hook Massacre. Do we just use this here to get rid of all their rats? And I think that's just game over, right? Pretty sure we just win here. Drop a land and a meat hook on 3. Oh. GG's, guys. GG's. Didn't even use Ashiok. Ouch. I mean, if they keep playing, and props to them, I'm not sure if they can probably come back from this, but... Just imagine this was the original meat hook where we gain life as well. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, we would have gained 1 as well, so... So if the whole deck's just rat colonies, I'm really not sure what they can do. Starting to realise that a few cards in this deck actually don't work with Ashiok. Because Ashiok says whenever you pay. But stuff like Bitter Blossom actually doesn't care about that. So I feel like, yeah, slight faux pas there, I have to say, before anyone in the comments mentions it. But you know what? These cards are still really good anyway, so... It's not like I've put in bad cards to use with Ashiok, it's just surprisingly much lower amount of cards in the deck that actually work with them. But we should be fine. As you can see, our field's pretty stacked. You lose 3 life. See, even the Cruelty of Gix, lose 3 life. Lose 1 life. Lose 1 life. None of them say pay. God damn it. Deceptive. Okay, let's cast them.
Your mind is an empty canvas for my heart.
Just keep creating blockers, I suppose. Actually, I want to leave an extra blocker back. I'm happy to trade a Shieldred for 2 rats. I think it was a pretty bad matchup for them, considering all of our creatures are black, so we can block Fear. So Fear can only be blocked by artifact creatures and non-black creatures. So normally against non-black decks, this is really good. Double blocking the Shieldred. Fair enough. I mean, if they do have a wipe, they'll be losing 5 as well. Up to 9. Man, they've got it rough, haven't they? They really do have it rough. See, okay, now this does work. Instead of paying a life now, we exile cards from the top. Let's test this out. Wow, that's insane, because you can pretty much go infinite with Yawgmoth. Yep, this is utterly busted. So Ashiok with the right cards is incredible. We don't even have to play anything else. These go up. Pretty brutal. Just with the Yawgmoth and a few creatures. Well, Bitter Blossom, Yawgmoth. Damn. Mono Black is so evil now. How could we not keep this hand? Look at this curve. This is literal god curve here. Push into feed, into Lily, into Shieldred, into Ashiok. Wow. We might want to save the feed the swarm for the Aragorn. We'll see. Unless they play if they play another mana dork here. Okay. Yeah, so we go end of their turn. We'll go for the Painful Bond, I think, because this will just ensure we can hit some more lands, because that is important. The Yarok's Fenlurker will get rid of a card, but the fewer cards they have in hand, the better this is anyway. Do they have any counter magic? Who knows? We shall have to see. Phyrexian Arena. Oh, that's lovely. We can keep that. Drawing cards. Damn, how is Mono Black so good? It's got to be the strongest colour, right? Surely. Green's close, but black just has the hand disruption that kind of takes it over the edge, I think. If they go for Aragorn here... No, okay. Fae Burrow Elder. So I wonder if they've got protection for one white there. Let's see. Feed the Swarm. Wow, okay. Interesting that they were keeping Aragorn back. I guess they want a double spell on the same turn. I think if Aragorn with another spell, maybe protect him, or just something else to maybe gain some advantage. Our shell is so brutal that I can't even play Ashiok. That's how powerful this is, because they just concede before we get to... Other permanents have hexproof. Okay. Make him sack the Sigarda. Oh my goodness. How is Mono Black this good against all colours? I have no idea. Right, so now they've got 2 mana. I want to build counter spell, not counter spell, but some kind of protection, because they've got the blue here. We are going to make them discard with Eldritch Reborn as well. So that will be interesting to see how many cards they have left. They got rid of a Relic of Legends. Let's taunt them. Let's go for the Yarok's Fenlurker, because this will get rid of another card. Unless they counter it anyway. If they do counter this, then we can resolve the Liliana. We just rip their hand to absolute shreds. Veil of Summer, interesting. Okay, so they get rid of a card anyway. Liliana. Brutal. Unless, of course, they make a 1-1 in response.
My home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my
Oh, they've got
things.
hexproof, haven't they? God damn it. Okay, fine. We'll just make them discard a card. I completely forgot the Veil of Summer did that. Okay, fine.
We all have things we'd rather.
This actually does work out kind of well anyway, because if they do kill the Liliana, we can just bring it back eventually with the Eldritch Reborn. So I'm really not too worried, although they did just get 2 really good removal spells there. And we're on 12. So now I'm a bit concerned. We'll see. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have just gone for the... I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Interesting. That doesn't have trample. Weird move. So what do we go for? I guess we go for the Sigarda, because if this comes out, they can't actually target anything else. That's interesting. That is very interesting. So now we have priority. But the thing, that maybe that was a bad move, just because we want to get rid of the Aragorn anyway. We should have gone for the Faber Elder, shouldn't we? Because if we want a board wipe, I think we just need to board wipe to stay safe here. Evens. Although they were going to kill the Cicada anyway, weren't they? Because they've got the Fateful Absence. So actually, I think this is fine. And we'll make them sack a creature here so they can't put any counters on it in the following turn.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Or do we want to exile? We can exile the One Ring. And then we can conjure a duplicate of that into our deck, which is kind of crazy. I mean, we are very low here, but now we can also exile the graveyard, although we probably should have saved that as well. But after the Ashiok, but it's a tap land I want to get out of the way. This has actually been pretty tricky. What are they going to use Fateful Absence on then? Probably the Lily, right? Really? Wow, they didn't do that on anything. 6 Deputy. Go for the Lily.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Just familiar. And this, they have to use this turn or this is going to go away. Okay. Interesting. So now we're left with the remnants. 5, 6, 7. I think we'll go for Shieldred here. Because we want to gain some life back, don't we, eventually? With the floating arena killing us, of course, it's going to be pretty scary. Let's do this now in response. Sacrifices a non-token creature. So they'll, I don't know, they'll probably get, they'll get rid of the Judge's Familiar here, definitely, which means the Deputy will be left alive. Unless they want to be an absolute madman and give us a Liliana back for no reason whatsoever. Then we can also draw with the Clue token, which also gains us 2 life here as well, which is really nice. And the One Ring is right there, which gives us protection from, oh my goodness, and the Citadel as well. What more could we ask for? Up to 15. 6, 7, 8. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So why does it want to tap like that? That's kind of crazy, right? Surely. Please don't tap like that. Okay, I accidentally tapped that for the wrong thing. Okay, fine. We'd probably just go for the One Ring here then. What did I do wrong there? Yep. I definitely messed up. I accidentally pressed the wrong thing. Okay, fine. I was going to go for One Ring. This is what happens when you just wake up from a nap and you start playing Magic, guys. You mess up majorly. Not only did I tap for the wrong actual ability on this gate, I also tapped for the Nykthos there. That was stupid. I could have got so much more mana. I was trying to go for the Citadel, and then we would have tapped the Nykthos for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and gone for the Ashiok, but oh well. Might as well draw a card. Okay. Right, let's see if I can actually make up for my stupid mistakes then. Add for black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. now we go for the Citadel. And then now we can go for the Nykthos to add 7. And annoyingly, we've already played a land on top. So let's just draw then. And another land on top, which is just ludicrous. Okay, fine. I think we'll get rid of that swamp on top. Okay, so yes, now we can just do stupid things with the synergy here. And despite all my ridiculously stupid mistakes, I think we might be able to win here.
Nobody knows
We're just
Dominaria
playing stuff for
shadows like me.
free, essentially, at this point. As you can see, as long as we have enough cards left in our deck, we can just play whatever the hell we want now. And what else do we want to do? They're at 21. Make them sack a creature, I guess. If we go for Blood Ice first, we can also gain a bit of life here as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about
One of
this.
your friends has to leave.
And that's part of the thing here. Making mistakes is fine as long as you can recover. Get a lot of comments about mistakes made, and yeah, I do make a lot of mistakes, make a lot of videos, but if you can recover from those mistakes, that's the important thing. Okay, so that's a really good spell. They can deal 3, scry 2, and get up to 2 spells basically with this. But can they deal 21 in one turn? We shall have to find out. I mean, they have to get past 3 blockers as well. If they have a Farewell in the hand, it's going to be pretty devastating. Hero of Meeting 1 gives them another blocker. So all we have to do really is get them to 10 life or less and then activate the Citadel, right? It should be pretty easy. Ooh. Alan and Elena. Jeez. That is terrifying. Does she give Trample? Just counters and haste. Okay. 7/7 haste. Attacking into Ashiok. Weirdly, I'm actually going to block with the Gix here. That was a pretty good turn from them, though, to be fair. Right, let's see what we can do. So many triggers. We've only got 49 cards left, so we have to be careful not to over-exile. The Elder Spell. How do we... So we've got 10 cards... How many cards in exile? 14. There's so many possibilities here now. 47. I think we definitely want to go for Yawgmoth. And then... let's make some dudes. It's going to work pretty well with Yawgmoth.
Even the grandest ideas
Discard with Liliana. We've got so many
Don't overthink.
plans here. I mean, we could just use Elder Spell on our own guy, but I think we're just going to go for the One Ring to draw loads of cards. Okay. So now, wow, things are going to get pretty interesting here, aren't they? 44, just trying to be careful. We've got 20 black with Nykthos. That's got to be the most I've ever seen. Which creature do we want to give +1/+1 menace? I'll give it to Shieldred, I suppose. There's another Shieldred on top. Oh my goodness. Down to 34. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And I think combined with the Blood Artist, we've pretty much got them here, haven't they? And then combined with the Citadel as well. Draining, drawing. This is ludicrous. 33. Professor Onyx. We get into a position now where we're pretty much milling ourselves to oblivion, but now whenever we play Instants and Sorceries, we drain for 2 as well.
Under my tutelage, even you.
And then we just look at the options we have there. We could have tutored for anything in our hand, anything in our deck, with the Cruelty of Gix. And yeah, pretty crazy. So yes, I finally managed to unlock Ashiok, Wicked Manipulator, thanks to John Roth, so I really appreciate that. So instead of a lot of the other normal decks that I've seen with this, which is the combo with this and Bolas' Citadel, which is obviously pretty good, because if you would pay life instead, you exile that many cards on top of your library instead, which means it normally just goes pretty much infinite with this, Bolas' Citadel, and a Paradox Engine, but I really just didn't want to do that because it's just so boring. Instead, I've gone for a pseudo horror and nightmare tribal build. It's not heavy on those because there's not that many that are that fantastic, but I wanted to give it a bit of a twist. So we've got stuff like Yarok's Fenlurker comes in, exiles a card from our opponent's hand. We've got Shieldred's a Simulator, which is a 2-mana 3/1. Whenever it enters or attacks, exile 1 card from a graveyard. If a card is exiled this way, you may conjure a duplicate of that card into the top 5 cards of your library at random. It's a really weird ability. It's interesting because it allows you to get spells that you might not normally get into your deck. Be wary that you need the correct mana to cast it, so don't screw yourself up by choosing an opponent's card you can't cast. Also, it puts stuff into exile, which Ashiok cares about. The ultimate -7. Target player exiles the top X cards of their library, where X is the total mana of cards you own in exile. So if you exile your own stuff, it's going to be helping through any way, shape, or form. The +1, look at the top 2 cards of your library, exile one of them, put the other in your hand. That's pretty weak ability for a 5-mana Planeswalker. The -2 is okay, and lets you create 2 nightmares. And beginning of combat on your turn, if a card was put into exile this turn, put a counter on this creature. It's pretty much okay. The only reason people are so excited about this card, I think, mainly is because the passive. But yeah, they're okay. It's interesting to see what you can do. Some of the other monsters, we've got Hunted Nightmare, which comes in with Death Touch counter on one of your opponent's creatures. But if they don't have any creatures, that's perfectly fine. You get a 3-mana 4/5. We've got Braids, which is weirdly a nightmare. Lets you sack things to get advantage. You can even sack your nightmares if you really want to. What else do we have? Ravenous Chupacabra is a horror that comes in, blows a creature up. Defile of Flesh is a cool horror that lets you cast black spells for a bit cheaper, but use 2 life instead. But you're paying life once again, which means Ashiok's going to trigger an exile card on top of your deck. On the top end, you've got Cross of Brand, which lets you pay 7 to draw 7, so you'll be exiling 7 to draw 7. This is pretty broken. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of combos with this. That's why this is banned in Commander, but in Historic Brawl, whatever, do whatever the hell you want. And then Professor Onyx lets you drain 2 for each instant or sorcery you cast as well, which is nice, because if you have, for any reason, been losing life regularly without Ashiok, you can gain it back. And there's a few other life gain pieces with the Sanguine Brushstroke and also the Blood Artist. Keep in mind you want to have as many things as possible to try and lose life in order to kind of synergize with Ashiok. So, stuff like Signing Blood, Bitter Blossom, and Dreadhorde Invasion, all classic cards that just let you lose life to gain advantage. It's a pretty cool deck. I really like this. And John Roth, I hope you enjoy this too. If I haven't got around to making your custom build yet, I will get around to it. I know that soon I'll be making a Rhea Evil deck. Thanks to another one of my donators. So that video will be coming up. Appreciate all the support and help. And if you would like to donate to the channel too and also get your own video, check out my Patreon link below or my Ko-fi link below with more details on how you can support me and my channel. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.